I'm going to prove to the whole world that I'm still the best. I'll always be the best. I cannot lose. It's impossible for me to lose. I'm going to whoop everybody who stands in my way because I'm still the best.
Hello everyone on the channel. Today on Rumble in the Jungle. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the most interesting historical boxing events. We publish new videos every Friday. Enjoy watching everyone. October 30th, 1974. Unique in its kind of event for many reasons. World heavyweight champion 25-year-old George Foreman is being held fourth defense of the W&W BBC titles fight against former world champion 32-year-old Muhammad Ali is 60 in his 8th year of form. He went to Olympic Games in Myth Q's track record list in the amateur ring of 16 wins and 4 defeats, and left the tournament with a gold medal for 3.5 years. In professionals, Big George achieved mandatory applicant status and with record 37,034 knockouts came against Joe Frazier, who 2 years earlier inflicted the first defeat on Muhammad Ali, and Foreman literally destroyed his career, reigning champion in less than 6 minutes. As for the contender, Muhammad Ali didn't lose after losing to Frazier wasted time and began the return journey to top. He scored 10 victories in 2 years, but unexpectedly lost to Ken Norton in March '73, taking revenge from Norton and then from Frazier, who by that time had already lost the title and uniform. But did he acquire it? Challenger status as fight promoter became Don King, who promised to be a boxer for $5 million each. But a promise King gave out of nowhere because he didn't have that kind of money options. Around the world brought Tenge to African continent, Kinshasa, capital, Zaire, the state that today is named Democratic Republic, Congo. The fight was scheduled for September 24, but due to received form to us during preparation, dissection events were moved to 30th in October to satisfy interests. American Spectator, the fight began in 4 a.m. local time, at the time of the battle with the Alley of Shapes. It was a series of 24 knockouts in a row, and Ali started the first round, exactly as it should be, act against an opponent whose Ali moved to 25 early trophies in a row, carried out a surprise attack while being in a dangerous position, grabbed an opponent by the neck in the second round. To his surprise, coach Angelo Dundee, Ali stopped dance around the uniform, tightly stood on his feet, and began to spend a lot of time at ropes. Being in a disadvantageous position, Ali answered periodically. Did not do it so often, but acted very accurately in the third round. If he left ropes on one side of the ring, then quickly ended up with another Big George. Almost didn't spend it in my head. And even when did it rarely hit, but did it quite a few heavy blows to the body, or all also threw few punches, but did, this is for sure, and perhaps even managed steal a round by spending 2 at the end. Good attacks after the first quarter of the fight worked as part of the commentary team. Joe Frazier noted that Harmon strongly in a hurry, he needs to stop pushing himself. Otherwise, in the future, such a rush may have a negative impact. At the same time, Angelo Dundee literally screamed at Muhammad Ali so that he doesn't stand near the fans. When you stand by the ropes, I feel spoke poorly in raised tones. Dundee Ali waved off his coach and replied, I know what I'm doing already in the 5th round of forms. He looked exhausted, but instead continued to intercept the situation. Use a tactic called rogue duty. He stood at the ropes, and leaning on, they leaned far back, nullifying them. Foreman's attacks in the head, while large part of the time, A-level yourself, passively, thereby allowing the opponent to attack. And even in those moments when he was noticeably tired, Ali continued to provoke him to attack. How it happened in the 5th round, waited until the enemy had no more will remain strong, and only then move into counterattack before the fight. Ali egged him on in every possible way. Big George, Moreover, he managed adjust against form to local. The audience who during the fight shouted out "A or mine," which meant Ali kill him. Psychological attack on opponent was bearing fruit in the ring. Foreman relied too much on his drumming power without thinking about defense at all. He attacked furiously, but did it recklessly and wasted a lot of effort. Wasted to the 7th round of Big George's attack, the beats became infrequent and sluggish, slow, and even the jabs they acted on him like power blows. And before the start of the 8th round, Joe Frazier said, "Based on that, what I see until the end, George is definitely not will last 8th round." Muhammad Ali throws out several accurate strikes, but then goes into Foreman, is trying to do something to the ropes. But he no longer belongs to himself, he is in the power of a person who proclaimed himself the greatest. But then Ring confirmed his words with deeds. If Rogue and X tactics are described as, it can be simpler, taking into account the play on words. English can be used words to fool or fool. And when after the battle we were asked about tactics, which Alan George used, replied, "Today, I was a fool." At that moment, Muhammad was only the 2nd boxer in stories after Floyd Patterson managed regain the title of world champion in heavyweight champion.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any future videos. See you soon.
Are ready. So for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get